All right, today is October the 10th of 2021, and here's what I've been doing. I've been leveling the area for these 3 IBC totes to go into. So as you can see, I got one of them up, and I did everything by myself except for I had my husband help me lift it up on the blocks, and it was really light, so we really didn't need to get the tractor out just for that. So I've been leveling the blocks to put the IBC totes on. And I don't know if you can tell, but the land is at a slope. So the totes are up higher than down there by my little apple orchard area. And it also slants down there. So I can't put my cold boxes anywhere in this area because these power lines are here. So if they had to do any work, then my cold boxes would have to move. So I'm thinking about putting my cold boxes like over there, because I used to have a garden over there. So I have one tote here. I used, here, let me show you what I used. Okay, here's what I used, and it's upside down. I used 8mm 8 by 100 feet extra duty plastic sheeting with ultraviolet inhibitor. So I used that, and I cut it to 14 feet. So it was 8 feet by 14 feet when I wrapped up the tote. And I really don't think I needed 14 feet. I think I could get away with 12 feet because it really overlapped. So here it is. Okay. So it was easy to get the tote out of the cage. It's really light. One person seriously can do it. And you just wrap it up like an envelope and you just tape it. Now, I didn't follow the directions properly. I was just being hard-headed. They said not to walk on the plastic, like to put down some, what's that called, cardboard when you're doing this. So the top of mine looks like a patchwork quilt. You see all these bits of tape? Because I had small pinholes from where I had this in the garage when I was putting it in, and I was being hard-headed. But I'm going to put cardboard down on the next 2. So I had to tape up a lot. And this one, here we go. I did spray paint. You can see where I didn't get all that spray painted, but I don't care about the knob. But I did spray paint all around here, and I spray painted underneath here in the perimeter, like around here, because I knew there'd be a hole here, so you don't want any light coming in. So it's black spray paint inside. So it is off the ground some. I did spray for weeds. We don't want anything under there. I'm not trying to be weed eating under there. So eventually maybe we'll throw some rocks under there, but we'll kill the weeds first. So it is off the ground a good ways. And so I'm measuring. I'm putting down the other blocks there, and then another 4 over there. But I think when I did this water tank is going to go. But I hope I have enough room for the pipe to go from there all the way down. I think I do, but I guess we will find out. But I think I'll have my hubs help me with that piece. Here's what I'm using to help level it. It's paver base. And the only reason why I'm using it, I don't even know if that's what you use or not. I don't know. But it was at Menards on clearance for $1.99 for the bag. So I'm like, cool beans, I will take that one. I'll take some of those. And these blocks, I got those at Menards too. Lowe's didn't have any. They were $2.50. And so I do have 4 more that's here on the property, and I'm going to use those. So yes, so that's what I'm doing with the cinder blocks. Okay, so when I'm leveling these, I think this is how you're supposed to do it. So I have the blocks leveled, like this one. Okay, so it's leveled. So I've leveled them from there to there is level, and then that one to that one's level. So if this one is level with the first one, then the third one technically should be level with the first one, I'm thinking. But I think what I should have done was put all the blocks down and level them first and then put the totes on, but that ship has sailed. So these are level, these two are level, the back two are level, that one and that one's level, that one and that one's level. So the leveling is looking good. So it's level here, but if you come across, it's low on this end. So I need to put some stuff under there and build it up so that end is level with that end over there. I need to shout these gloves out. These are by Mechanics. These are Mechanics, but these are called Ethel, and they were on the clearance rack at Lowe's for $5. And they're tough and they're lightweight. Man, these gloves are the bomb. There's another pair. I'm gonna go back and get them probably tomorrow, but yeah, these gloves, these are nice. Like they bend well, they protect well. These are good, and they breathe well. So I have these leveled, and it is pitched. It is going to be pitched forward just a little bit. I mean, most of the bubble is in there, but I don't mind if it's slanting forward just a little bit. That's okay. So we got these 4 down, and I have 4 more to go. So here I am. I only have 2 more bricks to go. And so what I did was I measured the lengthways of the one that's up there, so I'll know how many inches from this one to the next one. So it's going to be like 3 feet. Actually, it's like 40 inches. So what I'll do is, well, I'll say, okay, so I have this here like this. So that's my 40 inches. So what I'll do is I'll just spray it right there. That way that I know that that's where my next brick will go. So I had to dig a little bit to get that brick in the ground to be even with the others. So as you can see, the far brick over there is not in the ground, and then like the more it comes over here to the right, the more I need to have it buried. So I only have 2 more to go. Thank goodness. Hallelujah. So let's see. Ugh. All right. So let me make sure that this dude, there's the 40 inches. So I need to come over. A little bit. There we go. Okay. So about, okay. So about right there. And I do have a gap going all the way down the back, because you don't want over 2,000 pounds of water leaning on your structure of your house or your garage. This is up against our garage. So I already sprayed for weeds throughout there. So this is where we're at. Let me make sure. So it's in the end. Wait a minute. Cricket strip. Okay. So my end block needs to end at 40. So I really need to bring it in. There we go. I know you can't see what I'm doing. There we go. There, that's better. So I'm at 39 inches, so I'm just going to bring it out a wee bit more, and then I will start leveling. Now remember, you don't have to know what you're doing. You just got to get out here and do it. I'm quite sure what I'm doing is not the right way. Matter of fact, I'm positive what I'm doing is not the right thing to do. But this is how it's going to get done. I've had these totes for about maybe a little less than a month. It looks like it's going to rain. I'm a little bit disappointed that I can't already have the system up and running before it rains to get water in there. And I know that during the winter, I think you can winterize them or drain them, but with that black paper, like the black plastic on there, I'm wondering how much it would like heat up or stay warm, because it normally doesn't get too cold here in Kansas, but the last couple of years we've had some crazy freezes and they've killed my peach trees. The freezes did. So I just want them up, even though I know whatever's in there is going to be drained in the next couple of months, but at least there'd be some water in there. All right, so there's that one. Only have these 2 more to go, and then we can start with the other. Right, so here's how I prepare the totes for like getting them all ready to get wrapped up in the plastic. So I turned it over. Again, these had organic molasses in there. So I turned it over so you can easily see inside of it that we're going to power wash. That's the bottom. We're going to power wash all that stuff off. And we're going to use this power washer. And I'm not going to worry about the top here of like trying to scrub any of that off, because it's going to be covered up anyway. So we'll spray in there, and then I will show you what it looks like after a while. All right, so that's how I've been washing these out. Again, these had organic molasses in there, so it wasn't some crazy chemical that was in there. But I did remove, there's some bars that go across here and go under there and then to the other side. You can see the holes where they were at. And to get those off, this particular tote is a GNX, and you need a 10mm ratchet or crescent or something 10mm to get that one off. Now the other one down here by the dump truck, it required a hex wrench or a hex tool to get those off, and it helps to use a hammer. I guess I should have videoed me getting that off, but it really wasn't hard. All right, I'll show you the tool that I used, and I didn't put it back in the toolbox because I told my husband I didn't remember which toolbox it came out of, so I put it right here. So this next brand needs one of these. All right. Ouch. All right. This brand here, it also had organic molasses in it as well. This brand is Mauser. Mauser brand needs a tool like this. Let's see if it there it goes. It needs a tool like this, and I used this number 4 to get it off. So we need to get this tote up to the front so that I can get it washed. But I'm excited. Why is everything so blurry? There we go. So I'm excited because I have that one tote over by the garage, but I wish it was more over to the right, because when I went to go look, like from the road, you could kind of see the corner of it, and I don't want anybody to see the corner of it, but it'll be okay. The husband was able to find some 2-inch Schedule 40 pipe for me, so I didn't have to buy that, because of course everything in the free world is in here in this Quonset. So I don't even know where the pipe came from. There's another piece of pipe equally as long over right there. That's 2-inch, so I need 2-inch. And then over here in the back corner between the van and the dump truck, nope, that's the tow truck. Between the tow truck, there is another, that one's 3-inch, and I do need 3-inch. So I will be using that. So I don't have to spend any money on pipe at Lowe's. So that was good. All right, let me get out of here. It's only 80 degrees today, so it's not a sweat box in here. So that's what I'm doing with the totes. All right, so I will show you how it's really not that difficult to get the plastic part out of the metal cage. All right, put you right here. I'm too lazy. I am too lazy to go get the tripod. I know, shame on me. You'll be in this mulberry bush. There we go. That's how easy it is to get it out. Okay, so I have it out and I have it rinsed out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out that 8mm ultraviolet protected black plastic stuff that I had showed the box earlier. I'm gonna roll that out to, last time I did 14 feet. I don't think I need 14 feet. So I'll do 13 feet and I'll wrap it up like a present. This part, you turn it over to wrap it. So the bottom will be the top. And you're just gonna wrap it like a present so that when you fold it, the triangular fold goes down. So when it's raining, everything is washing down, like nothing's gonna get into the tote. So yeah, that's it. I tried to take some magic eraser to try to get some of that, whatever that is that's stained on there, off, but it's going to be covered, so it really doesn't matter. So I'm in the garage and I have the paper out, and I have, that's not paper, the plastic out, and it's 14 feet and it's by 8 feet, but right now it's wrapped up. So I'm going to unravel it so I can put the tote right in the middle of it. Okay, so I spread it out. So now you have 8 feet across and 14 feet deep. Okay, so I got the tote almost in the middle. I need to scoot it up. But the tote has a line right here in the middle. You want that line to be, straight with this line right here. Because that'll help you like make sure it's straight and evened up. So you have this middle line. I need to move it over so that it is straight with that other line. So it can be straight with that line. Okay. I don't know if you could see it, but see what I mean by lining up? That's the middle of the plastic, and see how it lines up with the middle. Here it is right here. And it just goes, so it makes it a lot easier. So now I've got the front folded over. Here is that round, there's the round thing. All right. Now I'm going to take the side flaps and I'm going to fold them over, kind of like a Christmas present. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to put the tote in the metal cage. All right, these little things go in the corners, and the other brand had them where they actually stayed in the corners, but these kind of fall out. So, heck, I don't even know if I even, yeah, these little things protect the corner. I'm gonna bring the cage closer to the tote because I don't want to push the tote because it's gonna rip the plastic like I did on the first one. All right, now let's see. Now we'll get a little closer. All right. This time I also used some of this Gorilla Glue spray adhesive on the flaps. So I'm learning as I go. All right. One thing I did when I was getting the first one is that these are sharp, and I think that was what was scraping. That was what was scraping on the plastic last time. So with that being said, I guess I need to find something to like cover that up with. Maybe some small bits of tape I'll just rip off and put on there. So I ended up putting a piece of tape here to keep these plastic corners from falling down when I'm pushing the tote in. So what brand is this? I think this is the Mauser brand. That other brand, they had better plastic corners than what this Mauser brand has. If you're doing this by yourself, take the 2 seconds to put tapes over these little sharp edges, like these things right here, because you really don't want to risk your plastic getting ripped, which could cause light, which can cause algae, and then you have a whole nother different situation because you was doing shortcuts. All right, now we'll just get the cage closer and then we can get the tote in. Here's the opening for the spout right here. But pay attention to where your spout is. My spout's right here. So I need to turn the cage upside down so that the tote can go in there and its spout can be properly aligned. Alright, I've been roughhousing with it, so now I got some little tiny holes in it that I'm gonna have to fix. But whatever, it is what it is. I can fix the holes. So the system really is light. So now I'm just gonna push the tote back in the cage. Alright, making sure the corners look good. Okay. Alright. We got the tote in. We got the hole at the plastic cut, and I spray painted that black, but I'm going to put some tape over that. So now I just have to inspect the top. I see a pinhole where I was scraping it around. So I'll just look at it and see if there's any little holes that look like they could use a little piece of tape over them. And then I'll just tape it up. Here's the top hole right here. So we need to expose that. Grab some scissors. Cut a hole in it. You don't want to be like too large. You just want enough so you can kind of like stretch it over the opening. Like that. And then just take it and you're just gonna stretch it. You're gonna stretch it over there. Hold on. I'm always without that tripod. All right, let's see if we could do this. Oh, snap. See if this will stay. Don't fall. Oh, we done fell. But anyway, we want to stretch this. Am I really being that lazy? I am. I'm being that lazy. Move that out of the way. Put that right there. There we go. And just peel it over. Like this here. I'll tell you what. You get the idea. Anyway. And just keep folding. Keep folding the plastic down around it. Like this. And then I'll put the lid on it. Matter of fact, we'll go get the lid now. Because that'd be my luck. I'd keep it open and I'd come in and some critter would be sitting up in there. And I wouldn't be able to get the darn thing out. Here's the lid. There we go. 2 totes down, 1 to go. All right, remember, the other tote is right here on the side of the garage. Waiting for his little friend right here. Now let me tell you about this plant. This white mom did not bloom until I had put some of the fermented molasses water that came out of these totes. I had put that molasses water on my plants, and as soon as I put it on this plant, it bloomed. So I'm like, huh. Same with this mulberry tree cutting that I got right here. As soon as I started watering him with that molasses water, he started blooming pretty. And the same with this bok choy. I mean, they just started coming up like really pretty. So I'm like, maybe there's something to the molasses water. I'm trying to get these guys to come to seed, and I better hurry up and read up about it because I don't know nothing about it. But that is it. So, let me not turn around too fast. So my husband brought up the last tote that I have to power wash out, get wrapped up, and put it in its new home. So I probably won't do a video on that one because I already did a video on the other one. But I can't wait until next year to see where our property is starting from scratch to hopefully being a little bit more self-sufficient. Okay, I'm gonna show you the inside of the third tote. I know I showed you the outside, but we had some winds last night. We were supposed to get some tornadoes, and we didn't. Thank goodness we didn't get any tornadoes, but we did get some high winds. But that's life. And when you live, oh no, this thing's full of water. Hold on. All right, I had to get the ladder. All right, it rained last night. I forgot to put the lid back on it. There's molasses in here. Let me hold on to this phone. All right, there's the molasses. See it. Please don't drop this phone. There we go. All right, so I just need to power wash it out. And I'm keeping that molasses in a bucket, that watered down molasses. I'm keeping it in a bucket, and I'm gonna use it to continue to feed the plants. So yeah, that's that. We got the camper out because me and our daughter, we have a motorcycle event in Oklahoma this weekend. So me and her are leaving out Friday. We'll be back Sunday. My husband has to work soccer. He's a physical therapist, so he's the physical therapist for the school. So if any kids get hurt or whatever, his athletic training background, you tape everybody up, concussion assessments, whatever. I technically didn't break the knob to the hot water heater area because it was old, but I broke the knob because I was the last one that used it. So we need to figure out how to get the knob in there, but I ordered a new one. So I might just do a video of how me and the daughter pack up and take the camper out on the road by ourselves.